Oh my god, it's too big to get into the picture. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh no. Oh god, I must look crazy. I'm like sat right by the window. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for this week's video, my friend Dana actually gave me this idea, so thanks Dana if you're watching. Recently from my job, if you don't know, I work in film and TV, I got given a lot of plants and flowers. And in my flat, we do have a few plants before I got given all of these, but we didn't have a lot. And then me and my boyfriend always want to have plants, but we know we're gonna kill them, which is really, really bad. So I'm trying my best. Some of them don't look as healthy as they could be. So any tips will be appreciated. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through and show you all the plants that I got. So like a plant haul. So we're gonna start with these flowers, which do actually need some more water in them. This is another thing. I actually have no idea what most of these plants are called. So please forgive me. I probably should have Googled them before I started, but oh well. I'm gonna try and Google them afterwards and then leave them in the description if you are interested and wanna get any of these plants. But yeah, I got given these purple flowers, which are really, really pretty. They are starting to die. You might be able to see on some of the leaves, they're going a bit brown, which is not nice, but they actually bloom really prettily, like into these big ones, which is really nice. And if you're interested, this vase came from Poundland, I think. It's quite a small one, but it holds like a nice amount of flowers like this kind. If you have anything like roses, they don't tend to fit well in this, but yeah, these ones are really nice. They don't have a particular scent, they just smell like plants, if I'm being completely honest. They are starting to die, so they won't last too much longer, sadly. But yeah, they make the room look brighter, and these currently live next to the TV. Oh, and those flowers I got given from my work. Next, we're moving on to the succulents, which were the first plants that we got. So yeah, I don't really know the specifics of which plant they are, but yeah, they're succulents. I took these from my aunt and uncle's 15-year wedding anniversary party. That was like last June or July, I think. So these have done actually pretty well so far. You might be able to see this one does have quite a brown stem, which is certainly not good. So I need to try and fix that because I really like this one. And this one is doing quite well actually. It's getting quite big, so I actually need to get a new pot for it so I can hopefully keep it growing, which would be really, really nice. It's got this second branch bit. Branch? I don't know. It's got this second bit that started growing out of it. So originally it was just this big one here. But yeah, the second one grew, and I definitely feel like I need to get a bigger pot so it can grow even more. This plant pot was a present from my cousin when me and my boyfriend first moved into our first flat. And yeah, it just holds this. I also need to get some more soil because this is currently still in its pot like this because I don't have any soil to actually put it into this plant pot. So I do need to go out and buy some. But yeah, this is making me sad because I really need to try and fix this one. If anyone knows how I can do that, please let me know. They get a lot of sunlight. I know obviously they don't need as much watering as other plants because they are succulents. But yeah, I don't know if I've overwatered it or if it needs more. Please help me. But yeah, I also named these Sue and Ben after my aunt and uncle, but funnily enough, that's not the aunt and uncle whose anniversary we're celebrating. But if you are old enough to remember Bill and Ben, the flower pot men, Sue and Ben, aunt and uncle, Bill and Ben. If you remember that TV show, comment below. And the third succulent is this one. I think it's a succulent. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. Chris got this. Chris is my boyfriend. He got this from our university. They had like a calming program. I'm not really sure. Something to do with like anxiety and like plants to help your mindfulness. Something like that. And yeah, they got to pot these plants, and yeah, it's just in this metal plant pot. All of these need a good water, so I'm gonna do that after I finish filming. But yeah, this one hasn't got a name. Also, it's starting to get these white dots on it, which I don't think is good. I feel like that means it's dying as well. And the stem is also slightly brown, so I feel like I've got to give that a good bit of water as well. I'm not a good plant mum, guys, okay? Please don't comment telling me I'm gonna kill my plants because I actually get so upset. I had an orchid that my friend gave me when I first moved into my first flat with my boyfriend, and I killed it after like a week, and I was so sad. Hannah, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. Next up is this plant. Now, when we first got this, I thought it was a bonsai tree, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So I actually don't know what it is, because bonsais don't have these type of leaves, at least to my knowledge they don't, so I don't know what it is. But yeah, I really like the dish, it's very nice. We got given this from my friend's wedding that we were at earlier this year. They were the table centerpieces, and my sister, who's like the bride's best friend, she was like to me, oh yeah, apparently you can take the plants home if you want them. So we just asked and she was like, yeah, take it home, which is really nice of her. And it has survived so far. So I'm doing well. I really like this one, and this sits at the back of this room, and yeah, it's really nice. I think it's one of my favorite plants, if I'm being honest. He's a big one. So this is another plant that I got given from work last week. This is a Scindapsus. I could be pronouncing that horribly wrong, but that's what it says on the tag. And it says, the Scindapsus produces trailing stems to which the leaves are attached. So you can let the plant climb along a stake or hang it as a hanging plant, which is what we do. This plant loves light and water and has a special feature. It purifies the air, which is great. And it's got these really big leaves, and it's also in a hanging plant pot. So it currently lives just above our sink, which looks really pretty, but is a little bit impractical. But we don't really have anywhere else to hang plants in our flat because it's rented and we can't like knock nails and stuff into the wall, so can't really help that at the moment. So that's where it's currently living. When I got given this, it looked like this, but I'm not 100% sure if these different colored parts of the leaves mean that it's healthy or not. I'm still learning, but yeah, it's a really pretty plant. I like this one, and yeah, I got it for free, so hopefully we can make it last. Again, any tips you have for me, please leave them in the comments below. Oh my god, it's too big to get into the picture. So next up we have the plants that are in this vase. Again, these came from my work, so again, they were free. In fact, I think all our plants were free. Don't think I paid for any of these plants. We're gonna start off with these sunflowers. Sunflowers are pretty easy to explain. They're sunflowers, they need sunlight and they follow the sun. These live up in our office along with the succulents because that is the best place for plants to get light in our apartment. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen that I did my own little self-portrait photo shoot with these plants, and I really like how they turned out, and I think a lot of my followers like how they turned out. If you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely go check me out. All my links in the description below. I have 9 sunflowers in this vase. This vase came from IKEA. I did a whole IKEA haul, link below if you want to check that out. But yeah, this is a great vase. It's actually quite a big vase and a little bit too big unless you have like lots and lots of flowers in it. Otherwise they kind of just hang out like this, which doesn't look as nice, but then they're too big to go in that vase from Poundland, so gonna make do. So next up in this vase are also these plants, and I absolutely love these ones. I wanted a plant that has these leaves. Again, I don't know what they're called, I'm really sorry, but I've wanted a plant that has these leaves literally forever, but they're so big and quite expensive that every time I'm on a film shoot or a commercial shoot or something, there's always this plant, but like a fake version of the plant in the set, and I'm always like, oh my god, it looks so good, I really want one. And when they were like, oh yeah, Becca, you can take home these plants, I was like, yes, please let me take these leaves home. They are just gorgeous, they're massive, they work so well for photography. I also did a photo shoot with some of these. As I'm currently recording this video, I haven't yet released any of the pictures that I took with these ones. They're not as good as the ones that I took with the sunflowers, but they're still really, really cool. But yeah, these plants are really cool to take photos with, which is kind of why I wanted them, I'm not gonna lie. This one sadly does have a rip in it, which I think was due to me taking it home on the tube. I had to get from the location back to my house, which was like an hour and a half on the tube. So sadly that happened, but this one looks really quite healthy. And yeah, I think also, where is it? I actually think it's growing a second one. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a little, there's like a little sprout bit coming up here, which will be so cute if it is actually growing, because I really want a whole plant. And if I can make it a whole plant, I will be so proud of myself. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks so pretty. I'm so happy with it. Woo! But yeah, again, don't know the name of it, but I really, really like it, and I'm so glad I got given these for free. And the last plant is this. This is hanging ivy, again in another hanging pot, but we don't use this one as a hanging plant because, like I said, we literally only have one place to put plants that you can hang. So this one sits on top of our bookshelf just over there in the corner, and it hangs down so beautifully. I love it so much. It's obviously ivy, but it's also known as Hendra, apparently. I'll just read what it says. Hendra, commonly called ivy, can be found in different varieties, colours and shapes. Its ability to purify the air makes it ideal for bedrooms and living rooms, and that is why we keep it in our living room. I think it's going to be quite an easy plant to look after, and yeah, it just looks really, really pretty sitting up on the bookshelf. And yeah, it's so long, look at it. And I don't actually think this is all of it out. Again, this was gifted to me from my work. It was all like bunched up, and you can still see some of it is like bunched up within the actual plant pot. But yeah, I managed to get some of it out, and so it just droops over and it looks so pretty. So that is it for my plant haul. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed talking through all of them. We haven't named all the plants yet, so definitely feel free to put your name suggestions in the comments below. We've named the 2 succulents that I mentioned, and we did name the bonsai tree, which I don't think is a bonsai, which I think we called it Barry the bonsai, or Benny. It began with a B, but I can't remember. So if you have any other suggestions, please do leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up because I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did enjoy watching it as well. Subscribe if you are new because it really means a lot to me and it helps with my channel growth. And I'll see you soon for another video. Bye!